The most important thing you can do if you're trying to really improve your game is to focus in on and fix your critical ball flight mistake. And what I mean by that is most people who play the game, have a tendency to slice the ball to the right. Probably 90% of the people that play golf. Another 10% of the people that play golf have a tendency to hook the ball to the left. In general, a better player's mistake is hooking the golf ball to the left. Most higher handicap players slice to the right. Better players tend to hook to the left. Now, the better players complain about the hook just as much as the poor players complain about the slice. But the fact of the matter is, if you hook the golf ball, you're probably closer to a single-digit handicap than if you slice the golf ball. So we got to fix your critical ball flight mistake. And analyzing your critical ball flight mistake, analyze it with the driver. Because the driver is the straightest face club in your bag. And my driver has 9.5 degrees of loft. When I'm contacting the golf ball, I'm contacting pretty much right toward the middle of the golf ball. So if my club face comes in and it's either too open or too closed, I'm going to get the most amount of curvature with the driver. So kind of analyze your game and think, when you miss with a driver, do you have a tendency to slice to the right or hook to the left? And we're going to show you how the swing band can help you correct your ball flight mistake. When you put the swing band on, Colby has it on, and it's proper setting here where the green is right in the middle here. You got a few things that you're going to look for, and I'm going to kind of first start by addressing the shot that is most common, and that's the slice. Now, when you're slicing the golf ball, there's one thing that you know for sure. You are coming into the ball and you're hitting with the club face open at impact. If you could, see the black here, that tells you, it says ball curves right. Okay, that's what's going to happen when you hit with the side of your hand instead of with the back of your left hand. The green mark on the swing band is right back to where left from. You got the face square. Okay, now when you're slicing the golf ball, here's the things that you want to look for. If you take the golf club back and you roll it too much to the inside, you've got the club face wide open. You can tell once again that the swing band looks different than it did when you addressed it. This would be a more neutral position. The club head is up a little more and the club face is square. Here the club is too low and too open and to the inside. When you take the club back low and open and to the inside, now you're going to have a tendency to reroute the club. And when you do, you're going to come down outside and you're going to come down at too steep of an angle. When you come down at that steep angle, your arms are always going to have a tendency to reverse rotate like this. When your hands reverse rotate here, what happens is your club face tends to come in open. The number one cause for that club face opening is coming down at too steep of an angle, and now you're forced to reverse rotate your hands and arms. The club face is going to open. If your club is swinging on an arc that's correct, you've got your best chance to release the club back to a proper and square position at impact. So that's the main reason why people slice. They swing the golf club back too flat, they make a outside steep loop coming down, and then their club face ends up open because they hit with the side of their hand instead of with the back of their hand. So to correct that, what you want to try and feel is you want to try to feel that when you take the club back, keep the club in front of you here. Swing band looks the same as it did when you took the club back. Let the club go around so it's on the correct plane going back. Now when you come down, you want to come down the same way you took it back. You're going to have to feel, if you've been slicing, you're going to have to feel that that club is coming down flatter than it went back. If you're taking it back flat and bringing it down steep, you're going to be in a position to block the club face open. So up, around, come from inside. Now, square the back of the left hand. Feel that left hand turning. And feel like when you finish here, like Colby's demonstrating, you can see it says ball curves left. Now you can see some of the white on the swing band. It's going to be a little reminder for you to make sure that you square that club face. If you're leaving the face open, or if you're too late squaring the club face, you're going to get a ball that curves to the right. So feel like, if you, depending on how bad your slice is, feel like you're closing that face even earlier and seeing white on the swing band even before you get to to the golf ball. I mean, that's the correct feel for somebody who's been blocking it and hitting with the side of their hand and slicing the golf ball. Now, the next thing I want to show you how to fix is let's just suppose you got to hooking the golf ball too much, or that's your particular mistake. When you hook the golf ball too much, what happens generally is that your club swings back probably pretty good, but it maybe gets too upright somewhere in the swing, and then it tends to flatten out. And when it does, the club comes too much from inside and on too much of an arc. And when that club comes on too much of an arc, this happens. Your hands cross over, and you flip your wrist through the shot. You hit the outside part of the ball and with a closed club face, and you get that duck hook. So the correction is that, once again, always working off of this neutral takeaway, good takeaway, swing band, green showing right in the middle. Now on the plane to the top. Now if you'll notice here, when Colby went back to the top, he rotated his arm a little bit to get the club on plane. If he didn't rotate his arm, he'd be too upright here. But he rotated his arm like that to get the club. And this is another way you could use the swing band if you're having trouble with that rotation. You can put it on and you can rotate to get to a certain position. I could put the green on top and try and rotate so I can make sure I could see the green. Just to give you kind of a little visual cue of what you want to feel. But it's this rotation back and then the rotation down that gets the golf club out in front of you. Now when the club's out in front of you, coming down, it's on the correct plane. And now your body keeps turning through and the face is going to stay square to the arc of your swing. If you swing the golf club in too flat, you're always going to have a tendency to flip the hands over like that. So use the swing band to find the correct takeaway and the correct backswing. Get that rotation there and then rotate it this way. You can put it on any way you want, but I like to put the green on top. I can rotate it back and then rotate it down, and that will show me the correct plane coming down, which allows me to be on the correct arc, which gives me the best chance of getting the club face square coming through. So those are the main ways that you're going to fix your hook and your slice. Now, there's obviously some adjustments you can make. You can use the swing band to adjust your grip a little bit. If you have a neutral position, the green would be right in the middle. I could start there. If I was slicing, for instance, I might want to have just a little stronger grip. So maybe I'll turn that green over just a little bit to the right. That's going to kind of help me release the club through the golf ball, get the club face to square a little bit more. If I'm having a tendency to hook the ball too much, I might take a little weaker grip, put the green mark on the swing band just a little more to the left, and that's going to give me a tendency to kind of keep the face a little bit more square coming through the shot. But those are the ways that you're going to fix the slice and the hook. And those are the two most critical ball flight mistakes that golfers have. Doesn't matter what level of golf you play at. If you're curving the golf ball, and especially with your driver, you're going to be losing shots. And in particular, you're probably going to be taking some penalty shots. So fix your critical ball flight mistake. You can use the swing band to help you do that. You're going to be shooting lower scores before you know it.